Thanks for joining us. My name's Iain Cameron. I'm the Marketing Director at Meech International. Today we're going to be talking about the IonCharge family of static generators from Meech, and we'll also be touching upon medical face mask application that features the IonCharge Generators. I'm joined by David Rogers, Technical Director, Adam Battrick, Sales Director, and Stewart Gordon-Smith, who is the Business Development Manager. Perhaps the best place to start is if Dave, could you just start by giving us a bit of background to the IonCharge generators and how they differ from similar products on the market?
Okay, the IonCharge generators are a new development from Meech. They join our Hyperion family of products, which have been developed over the last 4 to 5 years, providing 24-volt powered devices, which are now deemed preferable in the marketplace over mains versions. And we provide them with communications. So in the case of the IonCharge 50, we can integrate a module to allow direct communication with PLCs, and along with more traditional 4 to 20 milliamp inputs to control the voltage and the current. So a lot of communication, fitting with Industry 4.0, so we can provide people with diagnostic information and give predictive alerts for maintenance. The main features of the unit that are new, that aren't common in the industry, would be things like the color touchscreen. Traditionally, control of units has been through dials and switches. So to have a proper HMI has allowed us to provide multi-language support, which is great for our international customers who have typically historically had to rely on English only. There are 2 different models. There's the IonCharge 30 and IonCharge 50. The IonCharge 30 is a lower powered device which would cover many of the smaller applications and replaces a long-standing product we've had here at Meech for some 10-15 years. This features the color touchscreen and all the inputs and outputs. The bigger brother is the IonCharge 50, which handles some of the higher power, wider applications, ranging from heavy-duty industrial plastics applications through to some of the more modern pharmaceutical type applications that I think we may be discussing in a moment. Underneath the exterior, we've got highly efficient drives in both systems, meaning in the case of the 75 watt output IonCharge 50, we are only losing some 20 watts in drive in the system and inefficiencies, which is market leading. Safety is obviously critical. These are high power units, and working with high voltage requires very high levels of safety. So all units have dual layers of protection, both digital and analog, so that should a human touch the wire, should there be a short, the units will shut down safely and report this over the PLC connection or the alarm line function.
Okay, thanks, Dave. So Adam, how will these features Dave's talked about be of commercial help to a company? I mean, are we talking about cost savings, increased productivity?
Exactly, Ian. Increased productivity is the main one. At the moment, obviously, when we look towards our face mask industry and application area, which is fairly new for most of us, increased productivity is absolutely key. Obviously, the world at this time is facing demand for face masks, and those producing them need to really be able to ramp up their production to meet that demand. Aligned with that is improved quality and effectiveness of the product being manufactured. So again, coming to face masks, what we're doing by imparting the static charge into the product is helping the manufacturer of the product achieve the N95 standard for the mask. Those 2 things are completely key for anyone. And the other point that David picked up on, which is really important and we've had feedback on, is how intuitive the user interface of the unit is. And that is obviously critical because you need to be able to know how to use it and be able to do so easily to really optimize the performance you have on the machine.
Okay, thanks. So, Stuart, Adam just touched there on the kind of the medical face mask applications we've been talking about that have been so in the news and really important recently. Perhaps you can talk us through exactly how the application works and what kind of and how the IonChargers are used in it.
Okay. Yes, I'd love to. The N95, N99 specification face mask is made up of 3 layers. We are mainly dealing with the inner layer, which is the filter media, which is a heat spun fiber, which is blown onto a cold roller. It is then extracted in a web. And when that is tested, it doesn't in itself meet N95, let alone N99. Now, those specifications mean so N95 is 95% capture rate of any particulate passing through the material. N99 is 99%. So what they found is by introducing an electrostatic charge into the media, as the air particles and foreign particles pass through the media, the electrostatic charge attracts and captures more contamination, thereby allowing the media to meet specification. So this is an offline test that they do, and the material has to sort of sit for a period of time before it is testing. And there is also a requirement for an additional additive to help prolong the static charge being held in the media, because obviously humidity will affect. So by using the 75 watts static generator with constant current, constant voltage application, we can maintain the level of charge needed. And so far we have achieved even to the standard of N99 specification.
If I could ask, Stuart, is that, so the IonCharge 50 is available in both positive and negative polarity. What polarity has been shown to give the better results?
Well, there have been a number of trials done and with customers, and they have found that by using a positive and negative generator, it did not achieve the same level, even using 4 ionized generator bars. It didn't achieve the required level to meet the standards. But by using just purely negative material, negative charge bars, charging from both sides of the material in series, we can actually achieve the desired requirement.
Thank you.
Okay. So just talk us through, Stuart, exactly if a customer's going to buy the IonCharge for this particular application, what actual products will they be getting?
They part of obviously the IonCharge 50 is a 24 volt, so they can supply their own input DC voltage, 24 volt DC voltage from their system, or we can supply them with a 96 watt switch mode to power the system from 240, 110 volt, 50, 60 hertz. And apart from that, they will get the IonCharge 50 generator. And then they will also need additional to that generator bars with the 993R bars, which are shockless bars. So in the event that someone does touch them, they won't receive shocks. They will, of course, charge themselves up, whereby if they then subsequently touch a ground, they will discharge and feel some discomfort. But these bars are mounted over the top of conductive rollers. So as the material passes between the bar and the roller, it induces a charge into the material, which is then stored and held on fibers.
Okay, well, thanks very much for that. Adam, just touching on that, have we had any feedback from distributors or end users about the IonCharge in these face mask applications?
Yeah, we've had feedback from both. Many of our customers are not in the UK, so they're through being looked after and worked with by our trained distributors. And the feedback generally has been really excellent, we have to say. The main piece of feedback we're receiving is that we've actually really helped them with optimizing their process and the quality of the product, which is something that obviously at the moment is of great benefit, but is of great benefit to them anyway in the long term, because these are areas where they have not struggled, but they haven't been able to get just right before without the use of IonCharge.
Okay, thank you. Finally, Adam, can you just quickly tell us about lead times on the generators, and if people are interested in them and want to know more about them, how should they approach us? Who should they speak to?
Yeah, no problem. Lead time at the moment on generators is around about 2 to 4 weeks. That's for the full system, so that would include your generators, the charging bars, and the components Stuart has been talking about. Where to get them? The easiest way is to visit meech.com. From there, you can find access to your local Meech office or all the way through to your local Meech distributor. All our distributors are fully trained in the generators and applications for, and they're fully supported by our team that are here today, including Stuart, to help best solve the application.
Perfect. Well, thanks very much, guys. I think that's everything, really. We've covered the generators in the application. Obviously, if anybody does want to know more about Meech and the Meech static control range, then as Adam says, please visit our website at www.meech.com. And that just leaves me to say thanks very much to David, Adam and Stuart. And we all look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.